Hi everyone. Let's talk about absolute value inequalities and how to solve them. So if we have an absolute value of 2x minus 3 less than 7, what this tells us is that distance from 0 is less than 7, because absolute value represents distance from 0. So distance from 0 is less than 7. If we think of that in terms of the number line, with 0 being here, then it should look like this. If we have a 7 right here, and I have an open circle because there is no equals right here. So if we have a 7 here, 0 here, any value between 0 and 7 is less than 7 units away from 0. Which means all of these numbers here between 0 and 7 will meet the requirement, will be the part of the solution. But the same thing would happen if we go towards negative 7. Any value between 0 and negative 7 is less than 7 units away from 0. So that means that these numbers are also part of the solution. Now let's try to set this inequality up and solve it. First, let's try to figure out how would that look like in terms of the setup. Let's start with thinking about any value between negative 7 and 7. Let's say this one right here. Well, this value is at the same time bigger than negative 7 but smaller than the 7. 0. At the same time, it is bigger than negative 7 but smaller than 7. This value right here, same thing. Any value between negative 7 and 7 is at the same time bigger than the negative 7 and smaller than the 7. So this is the less than implies and situation. And situation. Because any number in between can be both bigger than this one and smaller. So bigger than this one and smaller than that. If that's the case, then we can set it up like this. 2x minus 3 is between negative 7 and 7. Just like that. We put it all together. And now we solve for x as we would solve for x in any other situation. We move everything away from the x until x is by itself. So in this case, we would add 3, and we add 3 to every side. So 3 goes away. Here, negative 7 plus 3 would give us negative 4, less than 2x, less than 7 plus 3 is 10. Now what we need to do is divide by 2, and we need to do it to every side. If we divide by 2, then x is by itself. And it is between negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2, 10 divided by 2 is 5. So, for our statement up here to be true, our x's have to be between negative 2 and positive 5. So now if we put that on a number line, 0, any x that's between negative 2, which is, let's say, right here, and positive 5, will be the solution to our problem. Right there. So all of these values are our solution, not including negative 2 and not including 5, because there is no equals right here. So now let's just clarify one thing. What we did here is just to give us an idea on how to proceed. whether this is an AND statement or OR statement. But this doesn't really tell us what the x is. This here tells us what the x values are. So any value here between -2 and 5, if x is equal to any one of those, then this statement up here is going to be true. I hope you understood. I hope you liked the video. If you do, please click like, subscribe, and don't forget to smile.